Hey guys, today we have war number 9 of season 48. Going to be bringing in Venom, Void, and Sunspot. First up, we just have a rank 4 Maestro. Not too worried about it. Venom is a pretty good Maestro counter. He's a little bit worse on this node where they gain different buffs on top of Maestro's normal buffs. But I figure he's just rank 4, so it should be pretty straightforward, and he does end up going down in just 14 seconds there. So next up is Spider-Man Supreme. I was going to use Sunspot for this, but decided to use Void just because class advantage, I guess, and a larger health pool. So I go in here. My game plan is to just hit with light and heavy attacks. That way I don't get his spider sense buffs on me or whatever and miss. So I can throw special ones too. I get 2 petrifies up right away, which is nice. I don't think he has any power gain when he's not in his overcharge mode or whatever, but I figure it's better off just to have petrifies up, even if it's just to keep his willpower healing down to 0. So I get my other 2 debuffs up, and I just back off and let him out there. Even with Void, who's a slow attacker, it was only a 35-second fight. And then moving into Section 2, going to be Path 9 in Section 2 as well. Going up against a Overseer, going to be using Venom for this. He's just a rank 1 7-star, so should be another pretty quick fight. I do get a couple of bad buffs to start with, but I got a precision as well, so my bleeds should be stacking up pretty good. I'm going to try to avoid letting him use a special attack, just so I don't have to worry about the auto block, but he does throw it there, so I just punish it with the special one and get the debuff on me and do almost heal all the way back up from the chip damage that fight. And then we have the fight that I died to either last war or the war before is a Gore on this node. And this one's just rank 2, so I figured I'd be fine. Once again, basically all the Mystics are banned this war, so my options for this guy are pretty limited. And I thought about going in with Venom. I didn't think it would work super well, so I did decide to go with Void and a Power Start boost. I throw my special one right away and do not get a Petrify, of course. So I played this really poorly here. I should have at least hit him a few times there, but now I'm already getting backed up to the corner and I still don't have any Petrifies up. So I do tap his block a few times there. He throws another special one, which his specials just back you up so much. It's super aggravating. Now I'm basically in the corner. He's got a special one. I eat it to the face. I didn't get any debuffs on me from it though, and I'm not exactly sure why that was, but I got a whole handful from parrying that attack. Finally get a Petrify up, but I'm all the way back in the corner and he's got another special one. So do hit his block a couple of times, but not enough to back him up very far at all. I block a couple hits of that special one and he puts a handful more debuffs on me. He's right at the brink of a special 2, so I can't even hit his block. I had to parry a couple of times, which put a whole bunch more debuffs on me. I hoped to get a Petrify up there, but did not get lucky on that, so it's pretty much just game over now. He throws a special 2. I missed the dex on it. Wouldn't have mattered if I hadn't missed it, because he would have killed me with all the debuffs. I do decide to go in with Venom. I figure he's only got 30% health. I should be able to end it pretty quickly. My first combo, I get 4 bleeds on him, and then my second combo, I stack him up to 6, get to a special 2, throw a special 2, and he's dead. That's what I should have done in the first fight. He may have started getting his indestructibles, but I don't know. I don't know. Gore on that fight is super annoying when they ban all the Mystic attackers. So, next up, I'm going to be reviving Void for this thing. Also, just rank 4, so not too big of a deal. I'm going to be using a few of these bigger potions. Not really sure why I opted to go for the bigger ones, but I did. Probably didn't need to finish healing to a full yellow bar there since it is just thing, but I did go all the way and heal all the way up. Throw my first special one, get a Petrify right off. Too bad this wasn't the Gore fight, because if it was, probably would have avoided giving a death. But one way or the other. I just need to get him to 15 rock stacks. He's up to 15 there. And now I need to try and get him to stack his regen buffs. So, going to be trying to stay as close as possible. And I throw 3 attacks there just to have that last one get him to 15 rock stacks. And since he was at 15 and not a bar of power, I couldn't bait it out. I did just tap him once there, though, to trigger his indestructible. But pretty much just plucking away here with Void. Not much to it. Manage rock stacks and the fight will be fine, so just throw the special 2 there. I should be able to finish it off with this combo. I decided to throw a special 1 as well, not 100% sure why, but he goes down. Next up, moving to the next set of minis, and I'm going to be taking this Mysterio with Venom. I have had quite good luck so far with Mysterio against Venom. Or Venom against Mysterio, I suppose. So, not super worried about it. I can't be power drained as a Cosmic against a Tech Attacker with Venom. So, even the Burden of Might isn't going to be that big of a deal. Although, it does severely limit the amount of power I can gain somehow. I don't really know exactly how or why that is. But he throws his special 2. I don't even bother going in for the 1 tap after a special 2 like I normally do. Figure just play it safe. I already gave up 1 death this war. Didn't want to give up another silly one. This Mysterio is rank 3 as well, I believe. So, wait out the recharge damage, or the reflect damage, whatever it is. Throw a combo and I'll throw a special 1 and hopefully it'll be enough to finish him off, which it very much is. So, next up, I'll be moving to the Hazard Shift minis, and here I'm going to be taking Onslaught with Void. This is the first time I've ever fought Onslaught with Void. My normal strategy when fighting Onslaught is to get the fight done as quickly as possible, and Void is, well, far from a quick attacker. So, it's going to be a lot of baiting his special 1 and a lot of hitting his block to avoid the shock damage, since this is a Incinerate shock node. So, game plan here was to get a special 1 off before he went into his shock phase, and then get another special 1 off in his second Incinerate phase. But here, it took me a little while to get to a special 1. I do get it thrown. Shock phase has just started, but I was able to avoid taking any shock damage. The second note here is reduced ability accuracy based on the number of debuffs I have on me, and Onslaught applies a lot of debuffs, so I'm going to be reducing or having highly reduced ability accuracy during this fight, which shouldn't matter too much since I think it's just defensive ability accuracy. I did block one of those hits during the special attack there on both of them, and wasn't too worried about it. I'm normally pretty good at evading his heavy attack in the corner, but I did get tagged there. I'm losing this race, or this health race at this point. Not really losing it, but I'm pretty close to losing it, so basically losing it. But I just need to avoid him getting to a special 2 here. He does throw a special 1. Dodging his special ones in the corner just feels like deja vu from when he was tactic and you were rooted the whole specials. So I honestly think it might be a little bit easier for me to dex his specials when either rooted or in the corner. But one way or the other, now the fight's starting to look a little bit better. I just need to make sure I don't get hit by a special one. And I decided to go for it here a little bit. And I'm not 100% sure even what happened there, but I got hit several times, dexed him in the corner, and was able to get the solo on him. It turned very sketchy right at the end there, but it did work out in the end. So next up, we're going to be taking the right-hand side here on the mini-boss island to knock that domino out, or not that domino, that bullseye. First up is going to be this Hulkling, though, and Hulkling is a really good placement on this node. I can't think of anyone who'd be like a super excellent counter for him, but I am going to be using Venom in this fight, and I figured I would be able to eat most of his buffs and then hopefully not have to worry about anything. But right in the beginning, it looks good. It starts to get sketchy when he doesn't get, or when I push him to a special 3 there. Now, I'm going to probably take half of my health and damage here, and I think I'm going to be, no, I wasn't faltered when I came out of it. I do throw that special one just to keep the falter off of me, and kind of glad it didn't nullify his his indestructible, because that would have been pretty bad. But now I'm in the corner. Strikers do not miss when you're faltered, so I did end up using my striker, missed the special one dex in the corner, got hit by a heavy attack. I decided to just throw my special one there, hopefully regen a little bit back and falter him. So then I get faltered again, get hit by another heavy attack. The falter timer is about to expire again. I throw my heavy attack to put the falter on him, but once again, he's almost faltered me. Now he faltered me. I missed on that heavy attack, got lucky without him punishing me. It's just falters everywhere with all of Hulkling's debuffs. But there, does end up bleeding out, and I did get the solo. I didn't think it was going to happen for a minute there with all of the fighting in the corner against an unblockable Hulkling, but it did work out. Next up, I don't have an advanced power boost because I already used it, and I have been using them like every war, so I haven't had a chance to build any up. But here, I was out of 200% power boosts as well, but I don't think I'll need more than 150. I'm pretty sure one special 2 will be enough just because I have to build all the way up to it. So first up, I want to bait a heavy attack out of him. I do end up getting the intercept instead. The Incinerate puts his stun reflect on cooldown, so I was able to suck up a couple of my Incinerates. Block the special one there, wait for his dialed in buff to go on cooldown. I just throw a couple of attacks there so that when I throw my heavy attack, it doesn't push him over a bar of power before it's finished. But end up getting hit a time or two there. Now I need to wait for the dialed in to go away, and I'm just taking a lot of degen damage. He's got his indestructible now. I just need to parry one more time, which he doesn't give me a chance to parry. Get my special 2 off, though. The last hit crits, and the fight's over. If it hadn't crit, I would have probably been at a special 2 again, maybe just a special 1, but I think I would have been fine. And like I said earlier in the war, all the mystics are banned, so if they weren't, I would have left this guy to someone else to be able to take with one of the good tactic mystic attackers, but since they're all banned, I decided I'll try and go in here with Venom. I dueled him a whole bunch before this war to practice his specials. My boosts are about to fall off, so I just refreshed them there. Healed up my Venom. And you go into this fight with a fully healthy Venom. But here we are with one death already this war, just on a path fight, and I get terrible buffs to start. I get one good buff, and it's the last buff that I get, so I can't even reset it. And with Venom this fight, I want to be constantly throwing my special ones to avoid him getting his power gain buffs as much as possible. But he's down like 10% already, and I haven't taken, or I'm still at a full yellow bar. I just really need him to throw a special attack, which he finally does. I'm able to parry most of the hits there. He's got his indestructible up again, though. Get a few hits in there. You can see, though, my buffs are terrible because I've got 4 physical resistance buffs and an armor up buff with only 2 of my buffs that I need for offense. So I threw another special one. I prefer when this guy throws his special ones, but it's not very often that he does. So he gets to another special 2. I go in here, parry the first hit again, parry the last hit. And at this point, I get no crits there because my buffs are all terrible, and I don't have any additional precision, which Venom very direly needs. I get hit on the last hit there, so one of my indestructible charges goes. I know I can push him to a special 3, but I don't really want to because I do kind of need a safeguard against these special 2 bursts because I don't get the perfect evade or parry on them every time. And like you see there, my second indestructible buff is now gone and only have 1 left. I get the double parries there. I am finally at an opportunity to get ahead in this health race, but once again, I don't get any of my any crits, so no bleeds. Venom's damage is pretty terrible if he doesn't get bleeds, so it's starting to look a lot worse here. He's got his precision active now, so now I'm taking a lot more block damage as well. Gets to another special 2 with me doing like 2% damage since his last special 2, and miss my intercept, lose my last indestructible charge. Now I no longer have the safety net of being able to push him to a special 3. I do throw my special 1 there, don't get a single buff eaten off of him. I missed a dex, he gets to a special 2, and I'm not sure that I can survive it, and it turns out I could not. So I figured that did not work at all, so I would try with Sunspot instead, and with the power boost, I should be able to get enough power back to hopefully get several special 2s off and just finish him like that, and potentially have perfect block on the parries from his special attack. So, and at least I'm a tactic attacker, so he probably won't be indestructible most of the time. But right up, he's just not throwing a heavy attack. I take 10% damage just waiting for him to throw a stupid heavy attack. But here, I think I decide that I'll go for a special 1 first. I do, just to be able to get a little bit more damage on my special 2s. I get hit by that special 2 there, though, and almost die. My indestructible buff had already, or my invulnerability boost had already fallen off. So now I'm hurting on damage. I need to make sure to maintain as many incinerates as I can, and that special 1 somehow caught me. I was so far away from him there when he threw that, and it still caught me. That was super frustrating. I decided I would revive, go back in with Venom, I think, because at this point, I do decide to go back in with Sunspot. Not really sure why. I think I probably would have been better off with Venom being able to eat his indestructible boost down at the end of his health, and it's highly unlikely I would have got as unlucky on my buffs as I did last time. But do go back in with Sunspot, get hit or he throws a heavy attack earlier this time. So here I throw my special 1 and get ready to bait his special 2 out, which he still didn't get to it from that hit, so he ends up throwing it. I go in and get the parry on that. I took like 0 damage. So in the future, I do think I'll try this fight with Sunspot again, and hopefully not have the unlucky RNG that I had in the first fight. But there, it dashed me forwards instead of backwards when he threw a special 1, and I took most of my health. Now I just need to make sure that he gets to his indestructible phase, which he does, and my champ just didn't dash back again. So I ended up eating another special 1 and died there. I should have had that fight finished out there, but with those 2 miss inputs, pretty much, it cost me that fight. And so I decided I'll just go back in with Venom, and I'm not going to bother healing because I've already lost all 3 of the attack bonuses here. There's not really a point in healing. So I throw my special 1 to eat his indestructible boost. It doesn't eat it. I figure I'll just go for it here, and then I see that he's still got 7% health, so I do decide to bait out the special 2. So now he's going to be indestructible again in just a second. I decided to hit his block a few times there just to wait out that indestructible, but didn't wait it out. Was able to get him down before it procced still. But that was it for this war. We did end up winning this war, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.